Hey guys, this week's episode is being brought to you by Squarespace, where you can turn your ideas into reality with Squarespace. They make it easier than ever to launch your passion project. Any ideas you've got, work to showcase, products to sell, all these kinds of things. If you need a website, it's very, very easy to use. They've got lots of different templates that you can look out, check out to understand and decide how your website will look. And if you get confused, if you have any questions, they've got a 24/7 customer support line. So go to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Go build something and let's move on.
Hey guys, this week's episode is brought to you by Discover. Sometimes food is more than just food. It's part of our community. And so this year, Discover is giving $5 million to support Black-owned restaurants to places like Back in the Day Bakery, Post Office Pies, and hundreds more. Learn how you can show your support at discover.com. This week's episode also comes to you courtesy of Anthems. Anthems Black is a collection of 31 original manifestos, speeches, stories, poems, and rallying cries written and read by exceptional Black voices. Every episode begins with a word of the day, leaving listeners with something to carry forward with them. Anthems was created both as a celebration and as a call to arms. The pieces discuss rage, power, joy, beauty, you name it, we got it, love, loss, everything in between. So search for Anthems wherever you listen to podcasts. Okay, let's start the show.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I am Ananda Lewis.
And I am Tia Mary. This is The Read.
Yes, welcome back. Another week here with us.
Hallelujah.
Figuring our life out and things of that nature.
Correct.
Let's start with our huge Black excellence this week. Goes to a powerful Black woman named Kiko Davis. She's the owner of the only Black woman-owned bank in the nation, according to Black Enterprise. She's the majority stockholder of the First Independence Bank, which is apparently the 10th largest Black-owned bank in the country. She's also a leader of founder and president of the Don Davis Legacy Foundation, which I believe is named after her husband, who is also a powerful, smart, rich Black.
Okay.
And
okay.
So if you wanted to support, bank with a place that you can trust, is held by a Black woman and her Black face in essence, then it's the First Independence Bank. I love this quote that I read on Because of Them We Can, where she discusses how she feels about women being leaders. She said, "We possess a level of empathy for people in general with a higher level of sensitivity towards women and minorities. Oftentimes, it's a skill set that unfortunately some men and non-minorities do not possess. They simply are socialized differently. I believe in order to lead people effectively, you must be able to understand them, or at least want to." And to that, Ms. Davis,
Amen.
Mrs. Davis, I say thank you, and I concur.
Correct.
So,
because that's really what's going on. Like, ask these white women how many of them end up going to small or local or Black-owned banks for their business loans when the big white boys say no.
right.
I'm just saying. So, shout out to her.
This week in our pop culture segment that we lovingly call a Hot Tops, a cock to remember, I will be honest with you.
What a cock
and
that
say,
was.
Most of this was very boring to me. So boring. Don't care about most of it, but we're gonna go through it anyway.
Yeah, let's see how I feel about it. We might be through with the hot topics in like 8 minutes.
First of all, congratulations are in order for one Tyler Perry, who's officially a billionaire according to Forbes. They met up with the doll down at TP Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, where they apparently have finished filming 4 different Tyler Perry shows within 2 months. I read that. I mean, this is factual information. I'm not going. It says here that they even shot Bruh, TV series Bruh, 19 episodes in 4 days.
That cannot be legal.
God on earth.
It just can't be legal. Tyler got the people over there from sunup to sundown. Okay.
Oh, apparently it's called Camp Quarantine.
Oh, all right. So that's what it is.
Because, you know, Taisha has a campus. It's
right.
a campus.
Yeah, no, it's a lot going on over there. I'm not mad at it.
And apparently invested millions in making sure that it was safe. Enough tests were available. You know, the children were monitored and everyone was doing what they needed to do so that nobody gets the sick.
And so that Tyler does not have to slow down production.
And so that they don't have to miss a day. Because one day is half a series.
It is.
That's 3 seasons.
How you
and nobody
shoot
has
19 episodes in 4 days?
I don't know.
Most sitcoms or dramas take like 2-3 days to actually finish doing. So yeah. I don't understand, but it's typical Tyler. You know, on the one hand, I feel like you cannot become a billionaire without exploiting somebody. And on the other hand, I'm like,
a lot of people think that.
I mean, and I really do believe that's true. On the other hand, Black people are the last ones I'm going to press about being rich. Because if anybody deserved to be rich, it's us.
There it is.
So, you know, despite the fact that I think Tyler is certainly doing something illegal by having y'all shoot this many episodes.
Who knows?
In like 36 hours. Didn't Taraji say he had like 2 days for her to shoot Acrimony?
I don't remember if it was a week or less, but it was very fast.
It was something absurd. So, you know.
And I think that's just typical. I think that's how he's really worked for like as long as I can remember, especially once he started to break into films and all of that other stuff. And like, I don't understand it, but I also find it very impressive that he's able to write 5 movies in 24 hours and film every single one of his numerous shows in a matter of days. On top of that, again, if you haven't seen what Tyler Perry Studios looks like, just Google a picture.
It's incredible.
Like, it is astounding what this man was able to do. And the fact that like so many people, whether they would shoot in 2 days or not, are probably like
they would
just heated at the fact that this man can just pull onto his property and film whatever the fuck. The girls are probably begging him to use one of these sound stages, because I would assume they're probably like in high demand for the girls that are trying to get back to filming.
Probably so, because you know Atlanta or Georgia really offers a lot of tax breaks for people who are shooting movies there, and I'm sure Tyler Perry Studios is a very attractive place. You know, they got a White House over there and all kind of shit. Tyler didn't really set his shit up real nice. So
I know the MCU definitely took part in. I don't know if it was Avengers, Black Panther. I think it was maybe more than one. I think it
was Black Panther for sure. I'm pretty sure, but might be wrong about that. But you know, everything Black, you can assume it passed through Tyler Perry one way or another.
I mean, there you go.
So, you know, I feel complicated. I have complicated emotions about Tyler Perry, but you know, sir, it is one thing to be like a depressed, abused child who was homeless at one point, and to turn yourself into all this. So
a billionaire.
Yeah. I mean, a billionaire, and with this much power, like you employ, I mean, nowhere near enough people, but a lot of people. So yeah, congratulations to you.
Yeah, I agree. Very amazing story. And I've always been very like inspired by his story as a businessman. And the things that he's been able to do for Black creatives, especially Black actors and hair and makeup people and all the people who have to work on these things. Now, the content of most of the productions, I've also been vocal about, and I will continue to be vocal about.
We'll never stop telling the truth about
You know,
that.
I'm just going to say, what I feel, but I have nothing but respect for what he's been able to do for himself and as a businessman and shit like that. And then also, when you consider the fact that they shoot, like a whole network's worth of programming in 2 or 3 days. Like, of course, I'm not blown away by a lot of it.
Right.
Because it's like, but then at the same time, I read in this that the latest seasons of House of Pain and I don't remember the name of the other show. One of his other shows that just
Haves and have-nots.
No, not that one. It's one I don't think I had heard of before, but I believe they're both BET sitcoms.
Okay.
Anyway, he's getting the ratings. Whoever he makes that stuff, and that's what the doll tried to tell us when we were like, "Oh, so you don't hire writers, girl?" She was like,
and I don't need that.
Tyler was like, "No, the girls love what I write.
They
I don't
do.
care what you think about it. They love the lace fronts. They love the, waist fronts. They love everything that I do, girl. So get off my dick." It's true. Like,
It is.
he apparently racks in ratings, and whatever it is he makes is loved by someone. There's a market for it. I'm not within that market, but that doesn't fucking matter. So,
Facts.
boom.
It's a reason why Oprah had half of OWN dedicated to Tyler Perry programming. Like, it
Right.
draws people in. Did you see that episode of him when he was on Black AF?
No, but I heard that I need to watch
You
at
do.
least whatever monologue or something that he had.
You
in
need to
that
go watch
episode.
that episode. In fact, every Black person who works in a creative field in some way needs to go watch that, because you might have a lot of criticisms of Tyler Perry, and every last one of them might be very valid.
Yeah.
But that nigga knows exactly what he's doing, and he knows who he's serving, and he doesn't care about the rest of us. And there's something about that I just have to applaud. So
You know what?
definitely go look
Sure.
at that. Go look at that for real, because it's a very good episode. The best of the whole season.
All right. Well, congratulations, everybody over there having fun, hopefully being safe and things of that nature, and Medea as well.
Mm-hmm. Hope she's doing good.
I think she's dead. I don't know. what
No,
happened.
she can't be. Leave me alone. I don't have time for that.
So in the next episode of Trapped in the Closet, Penitentiary Edition, there's an update on the inmate who reportedly attacked Robert Kelly down at the jailhouse.
Yes. My fave.
The man in question is named Jeremiah Farmer, an alleged former member of the Latin Kings, locked up for racketeering,
Okay.
conspiracies, some drug things. He was also apparently charged with double homicide.
Mm.
Last week we discussed how he allegedly put the pause on Robert because he was tired of the prison being locked down due to people protesting for Robert's release,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently not able to get his Cheetos Poppables from down at the
Commissary, it's very important. It's very important.
there's not a prison that has Poppables. Like, they would never do something
I
like
mean,
that.
they might. It's like college campuses and the meal points. You're going to spend them on whatever you can.
Apparently, Mr. Farmer wrote a filing to the Court of Appeals titled "The Government Made Me Attack R. Kelly."
Oh, shit. Okay. Keep talking. I need to hear this.
This man, who is mostly tattoos, he's like 95% tattoo,
Mm-hmm.
5% person. And he said, basically what I gathered from reading a lot of this, I won't repeat it because it's lengthy and also a little hard to understand. But what I believe he's trying to say is that he was having trouble, I guess, getting like access to or making a filing. Like he wasn't allowed to use the computers or the printers to like get the paperwork or whatever he needed to file something for his case. And that was allegedly due in part to the pandemic and the restrictions that came as a result of it.
Right.
And so he felt like he had no choice but to be R. Kelly's ass as a way to get attention so that he could say, all right, now that I have your attention, the government is fucked up and all I want to do is use Microsoft Word. That is what I got from this. It didn't really feel like, because when I read this, it was like, I thought he was trying to say the government was like, hey, go beat this nigga's ass for us real quick. That's not what I think he's trying to say.
No, I don't think so.
But he also is bouncing between speaking in first and third person throughout a lot of this message. Which I guess because he didn't have legal counsel or adequate representation, so he's kind of trying to speak legalese, but then also saying I and me. I don't know.
Okay.
Either way, I feel no different about it. I got a couple of additional details. Apparently, there was an employee down at the prison who was supposed to be meeting with Mr. Jeremiah Farmer at 9:45 on Wednesday, August 26th. Wherein Farmer decided to leave the office, even though he was ordered not to, and he headed right on over. This is where I picture the booming Trapped in the Closet instrumental to begin.
All right.
And he turned the corner and started to mollywop Robert Kelly's ass on the lower bunk of the cell situation. The employee followed him, apparently or reportedly requested that Mr. Farmer stop beating R. Kelly's ass.
Okay.
Mr. Farmer refused to comply or respond, at which point the prison employee here, it says, stop the assault using pepper spray. So this nigga got beat up and maced. I also read that the man may have had a knife that attacked R. Kelly. No word on that. But apparently the girls are fine. As fine as you can be in prison.
Right.
And, R. Kelly was moved to solitary confinement. And now Mr. Farmer has, his tattoos on CBS News. And hopefully this works out in his... I don't know what he's supposed to... are they going to let him use the fax machine now? I don't know what... Feels like you're just going to be in trouble. Like, I don't know that this helps.
Yeah, I feel like just based off the prison shows I've seen, this means you're going to solitary or something. Like, you're in big trouble for this. But also, when you read off his charges, I was just waiting to hear, something that was going to piss me off, like sexual assault or domestic violence. And I didn't hear none of that. I heard regular shoot, murder, kill shit, which is not good necessarily, but I'm just saying, like...
And mind you, I read he was charged with double homicide, but he was convicted, apparently, from what I read, on racketeering.
Got you.
So the doll's basically My Little Pony. She's completely sweet, soup's harmless, never done anything to anybody.
Yeah, like this is a white man's crime. I don't even really know what racketeering means. What does that even mean? You caused up a big ruckus?
I feel like a racket is just like any sort of organized crime initiative that
crimes
you have,
committed at a state or federal level.
There you go.
Okay. Well, still don't really know what that means. Maybe he sold a lot of drugs, but
drug rings or trafficking. I don't know.
So much to where you violate state or federal regulations as opposed to local.
Most of what I know about racketeering is from video games.
Okay.
So don't listen to me. You can Google it. I don't know what it is.
Okay, yeah, no, definitely don't. I mean, I'm blatantly admitting I don't know, but
No clue. I don't know.
you know, I didn't hear nothing that was gonna automatically disqualify me from supporting this man. So
I'm not upset about anything.
you know, I mean,
Not yet.
I feel like he should have free range to whoop R. Kelly's ass again, just because.
At the
why
very
not?
least, get him his poppables. Like, I don't know if you have to like
ASAP, toot sweet nigga.
or crustables. What is that nasty ass peanut butter and jelly?
Uncrustables.
Oh, disgust.
I mean, I just don't know who wants a pre-made peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's just not ever
That comes
serious.
wrapped in plastic. It isn't. Peanut butter and jelly makes all of 45 seconds to make. There is no need for this. I have been appalled by those excuses for sandwiches since their inception. From the moment that I saw Uncrustables or whatever the fuck they're called, I was confused, devastated, and disgusted. And they still exist.
Yeah, they do. I mean, clearly they're a convenience food that a lot of people enjoy, but I just can't imagine not buying bread and peanut butter and jelly and doing it myself. That just
Honestly,
looks nasty. It looks nasty.
It really does. First of all, I mean, I guess if you don't like crust on your bread or whatever, then that's part of it.
Just cut
but
it
like,
off. A butter knife will take that right off.
Sweetie, you don't even have to get project bread. You can pull it off. Like, you don't even have to cut it.
Right. You could just use your fingers.
You really could use your fingers and pick it up, but you don't want to have to do that, first world problems. I'm assuming that shit is for parents who are like, the kids are up and all I have time to do is throw this shit in a bag before we have to get out of the door. Like, I don't have time to pull out a butter knife and spread jam on anything.
I threw an Uncrustable, a bag of Doritos, and a Capri Sun in there.
And I was just going to say Capri Sun.
With an apple
Juicy
that I know that
Juice.
nigga not going to eat.
Juicy Juice if we're talking kindergarten, first grade.
And that was it. Them kids eat it. You think them kids give a shit? I didn't grow up with that shit. But if I did, I would probably just eat it. I drank Sunny Delight.
Never wanted it.
And that shit is disgusting.
I was just, like, maybe 2 weeks ago, I had Sunny Delight intentionally. And I think it was the first time that I've had Sunny Delight.
Oh, no.
Maybe since I was very young. And I remember when I was a kid, I loved it. I thought that Sunny Delight, we didn't have it often because obviously my mother knew better than to bring that shit into our house. But when I did have it, I was like, this is absolutely delicious.
I loved it
It's
too.
so great. It tastes so good. And I had it and I was so confused as to why people, usually older people, openly found Sunny Delight disgusting. Now, as an older person myself, I tasted that shit the other day. I took one sip and I threw it out. Like, I got a little bottle, not like a huge thing of it.
Yeah.
I got a little bottle from the corner store or whatever, and I took one sip of that syrupy, convoluted, chemical bullshit. It doesn't taste like anything that exists.
It's very concentrated. No, it's very concentrated. This shit is like very blatantly, obviously fake. Why is it so thick?
It's like palm olive. It's like it's like dish detergent. Why is it so syrupy and thick?
I don't remember who said this to me, but it was something along the lines of, you could pour Sunny Delight in a pan and scramble it like eggs. And I've just never been the same. Because why does it have that same consistency? It just don't make no sense. But like you, I fucking loved that shit when I was a kid. I was like, somehow they have improved orange juice. We praise God. We praise God. This is delicious.
I'm from Miami. I was fine with orange juice. The girls love orange juice.
Same. And we made it from a can.
Let me tell you something. My parents picked oranges and like would squeeze their own orange juice.
Cannot relate.
I hated it. It was so natural. It had pulp and bits and all kinds of shit in it. It was too authentic. And yet, people at the beautiful, amazing Sunny Delight Corporation improved or not even just orange juice, but citrus beverages altogether. I was so lost until I tried it as a 32-year-old adult.
Yeah, it's
and
not
I
good.
have no idea how it exists.
Because children do not have the taste buds of adults, and that shit is hidden on every cylinder for them niggas.
It's vile.
It's so nasty.
It's not even the taste, because it tastes like candy, I guess. But it's something about that shit. Like it's like
it coats your tongue.
Yes.
It stays with you, and the aftertaste is bad. It's like eating Taco Bell. You can taste the chemicals when you're done, and that's just not how it's supposed to be.
Sunny Delight is not supposed to be in your body. It's not supposed to be in anybody's body. It's just not. It's not. An American food industry is gonna lie to you, but
leave me alone.
It's made in Florida. There you go. Right there.
It's very bad. Not a real product at all.
Oh, it's distributed by the Dr. Pepper Snapple Group.
Of course
that explains a lot. Because let me tell you two things I also think are nasty: Dr. Pepper and Snapple.
And isn't Dr. Pepper and Snapple, aren't they both owned by Coca-Cola? I could swear.
I don't think so. I'm looking at...
Or maybe Dr. Pepper is the one that's independent, but I could have sworn.
Dr. Pepper, Snapple, 7-Up, RC Cola, Canada Dry, Sunkist.
Oh, Pepsi.
Sunkist is maybe your saving grace.
The majority of Pepsi and Coke bottlers bottling Dr. Pepper are owned by PepsiCo. Oh, and the Coca-Cola Company. It don't matter.
Guess who else is on this list? Hawaiian Punch. The red Sunny Delight. Now,
you can fight me behind Hawaiian Punch.
All I know is I used to live, breathe, and die about Hawaiian Punch.
Yes.
And it was one that I actually had no problem making it into our household. But one day I poured some honey delight, some Hawaiian Punch into like a white plastic cup, was out playing Crash Bandicoot or whatever the fuck as a kid, and had that cup sitting next to me during my games. I finished my drink. If that cup is at home, it's still pink on the inside.
Yep.
And it was white.
That's right.
And so after that, I made the decision as an individual to just not, ever since then. And I feel like when you drink Sunny Delight, like the aftertaste doesn't taste bad, but it tastes like I'm still here and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's like licking a sweater.
Your esophagus is now redder.
Yeah, it belongs to me.
It's mine.
I mean, I love Hawaiian Punch, but that was mainly in college because every frat party I went to, there was a punch mixed with some grain alcohol. And
that doesn't count.
And Hawaiian Punch was used to cover up the taste because nothing else would do. So.
Punch doesn't count.
In all of its different flavors.
A Hunch Punch is a completely different beverage. It doesn't even... The Hawaiian Punch was like, not the point. Or whatever you put in your Hunch Punch. Moving forward.
Okay.
Great news for Usher. He's having a great week. He's announced his first residency in Las Vegas via the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace.
Oh, yes.
Which is supposed to start next summer, July 16th. 2021. It is apparently an extraordinary immersive experience in quotations, where he'll be performing loads of different songs from his 20-year-long catalog. And aside from that, he's also apparently expecting a brand new baby with his girlfriend, Jen.
Okay, I did not know that part.
Their first baby together and his third. So, sky's the limit. A herpes rumor can't keep a good dick down.
That's right, damn it. You can try.
There's that. I asked myself when I read this, would I be interested in seeing Usher at a Vegas residency? The answer I arrived at is that if I happen to be in Vegas...
You ain't shit.
If I happen to be in Vegas... I've still never been to Vegas in my life. If I happen to be in Vegas, I'm probably going to be fucked up. And if somebody was like, we should go see Usher, y'all, then I'd probably go. Granted, the tickets are reasonable. I don't know how much tickets are for
They're not
show
bad.
like this.
They're not bad. I actually know because I'm going.
To this?
Yes.
You are so gay.
No, first of all, it's not even me. Shariel wants to go for her bachelorette party.
Got it.
So, but of course I was down because bitch, that's Usher. Like, I'm going. And our tickets are just a couple $100s. Like, I think the most expensive is around $700, which is like front and center VIP, which is a lot. Don't get me wrong, but we spent like $200 on ours. And
oh yeah, no, I've spent stupid money on Beyonce.
Okay, like
so
let's not. Literally 4 figures. So we're not doing that today. Not right now. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it because I feel like this is gonna be my first trip since Corona came and wrecked our lives.
Yeah, I think that this would be fun. Again, I think I'd have to be coerced. Not because it's Usher, but just because it's in public.
Vegas? Oh, I was going to say, Vegas is a lot. Trust me.
I just don't know what to expect. I almost went to Vegas not long ago, but I decided not to because pandemic. However, yeah, I feel like that it seems to me like the type of place you need to sort of have an idea of what the plan is. Like, I don't feel like I would land in Vegas and then try to figure it out and have a good time. But one thing I know I would be doing is getting fucked up, and they have like
absolutely weed. Yes.
So I'm gonna be high. I'm gonna drink, and if someone's like, "We should go and see, Usher do the moonwalk or whatever down at the Coliseum," I'd probably go there, and in my fuck uptitude, I'd probably have a good time. The only thing I can think of is like the first thing that came to my mind was like I think there are blue lights in that video for
Oh, wow. That is not me at all. Like, I have loved Usher's discography since he came out, really. And Confessions, I probably bought 3 different copies of Confessions. I was so obsessed.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I had a major Usher crush during the 8701 era.
Oh yeah,
I had like I definitely had the Usher like magazine centerfolds and shit.
Yeah,
I definitely had them cut out on my wall. Yes, very Word Up, very right on. I had like a little phase during my, I don't know if I was like 11, 12 or something, where I was like, I'm gonna put posters up on the wall of the people I stand because that's what people do.
I did the same
And Usher was up there, like there's like 3 or 4 Usher posters. Britney was up there. Destiny's Child was up there. I'm fairly certain NSYNC was up there. And I want to say Black, but I know I had like
what a hood rat.
Good.
I love it.
I had like a good collection. I don't remember a lot of them. I think Mariah was up there too. But yeah, no, I absolutely am familiar with Usher's discography, his catalog, and absolutely lusted after Usher and things as that as well. I just like the first thing that comes to mind when I think of a residency experience is because it's probably his biggest record, or I don't know,
it's probably gonna be what closes out the show. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I feel like that's, if anything, where they're gonna go OD, because the video itself looked like a Vegas show. So
okay, that's facts. Yeah, it's probably gonna be
Usher,
full of old Black ladies like myself,
like me.
Yeah. No, fool, not like you, like me.
Apparently, Usher's residency VIP experience comes with access to an exclusive pre-show, including 2 complimentary drinks, 1 socially distanced photo opportunity.
Okay, take your ass to the other side of the stage, bitch. 1, 2, 3, lean close, bitch, because I'm not touching none of you. Meet and greets are over.
Woo. I didn't see that until just now. It says 1 socially distanced photo opportunity with Usher, star. Down here next to its respective asterisks, it says meet and greet may not be in person and may operate in a virtual model depending on COVID-19 safety guidelines. Usher said, look, I'm not going to do this with you.
I love it.
You're not going to do it with me.
I literally love it. He said, you will be on one part of the picture and I will be on the other. And we will be in 2 separate locations.
Or, honestly, I may not even be there. They may just hold FaceTime up to your camera and then snap. Right.
Okay, it might just be a cardboard cutout, and you hoes are gonna have to deal. That's your VIP meet and greet.
Listen, I'm sending out voice memos to everyone who bought the package, and that's as best as it's getting.
And that's as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, actually, I'm very excited to see this, and I haven't been to Vegas in a while, so I'm sure we're gonna have a.
Yeah, this sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good old ridiculous time.
This sounds like perfect bachelorette weekend.
It really is.
Energy.
It really is. I mean, not just Vegas, but also Usher. Like, of course, all of us old ass black bitches, we're gonna love.
Sounds like girls trip to me.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be that way because I gave Sharielle my sexuality.
Oh,
I did that.
Yeah, I do.
She was like, "I'm sick of niggas." I was like, "I'm sick of hoes. We gonna trade." And then 3 weeks later, this bitch found her fucking wife.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how it happens.
I cannot win, but whatever. I'm very happy for my friend. We're gonna turn the fuck up.
That's probably what happened to Niecy Nash.
Niecy Nash got a gay homegirl somewhere going, what in the fuck did I do?
She and her wife are such a cute couple.
They are adorable. Their pictures are so cute. Everything they release, I just fall in love. Ugh.
When asked about the possibility of a G-Unit film or series, 50 Cent said that he does not care to do it. He said to DJ Who Kid via Complex, I'd like to forget G-Unit. He also said Kendrick doesn't even let them boys come on his stage when he performs, referring to Kendrick Lamar's TDE family. He said, yo, I could have did that. What the fuck I'm bringing these dirty niggas on the stage for? I could have did it like Kendrick. Dolo. I really only brought this up because I wanted to mention that when I read about this at first on the Shade Room, that someone in the comments said 50 Cent really wants to die alone, or he's begging to die alone or something like that. And I laughed my ass off. I don't care. I thought that shit was funny. Rick Ross just randomly pulled Lloyd Banks into his 50 Cent feud that has been going on since I was like in 4th grade.
What?
Yeah, he randomly, let me see if I can even remember how this happened. I think they were dealing with some sort of a legal case for some song. You know what? Let me actually find the fucking information since I'm talking about it. But Rick Ross won some sort of legal case, I guess, with 50 Cent. It says it was a 5-year-old case involving an unauthorized remix In the Club that Rick Rose released. Okay. So I guess the judge went ahead and let that whole thing go, and Rick Ross decided to express his feelings on the matter in the most nigger ass New Money way possible by popping bottles of champagne in his rich environment while also bringing up Lloyd Banks and asking if Lloyd Banks still got money, asking to see what Lloyd Banks is living like these days.
No, mind your business.
Meanwhile, I don't even think that Lloyd Banks and 50 Cent so fuck with each other. And that man was like, I think he responded to, let me see.
Oh my God.
I think Lloyd Banks responded in a way that was very saved. Like he was like,
was it?
Girl, I don't even care about this shit.
I was going to say, because where is all this coming from? Like, why all this vitriol towards...
Rich nigga self-validation needed ass bullshit where niggas just ought to always feel like they got the biggest dick on the internet. That's where it's coming from. Lloyd Banks tweeted, I'll never join the circus, so don't expect it from me. Peace and love. August 31st, 2020. And I was like, amen and thank you. Okay. May the church just go ahead and pass the plate because this is what I needed. Yeah. Lloyd Banks was like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about this shit.
I'm not mad at that at all. Not at all. More of that energy.
Like I said, I only brought it up because that person who left the comment made me laugh. And also, do we need a G-Unit film or book?
Oh no, I didn't ask. I definitely did not ask.
All they need to do is put one of them old G-Unit tank tops in a time capsule somewhere and bury it and hope someone will dig it up one day. Because that's really like what I remember G-Unit for the most is them tank tops. You remember them swap meet tank tops that G-Unit used to make that were white, but then like the like shoulders were a different color or like stripes? Girl, every nigga in their motherfucking cousin Peugeot thought that they looked like 50 Cent in those motherfucking tank tops. And somehow you really could have like a bird chest and almost look like you've been to the gym. I don't know. So those tank tops were kind of magic.
Yeah, we let niggas get away with a lot back then. I was going to ask what the game had to say about all this, but I guess that nigga done has so many different labels that he's not really even feeling particularly targeted by this. Like,
which game?
The game.
Spiritfarer?
Nigga, the game, the rapper, the game.
Oh.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying.
I mean, it don't matter, but wow.
The game was on G-Unit for like a weekend, so.
Long enough to release Hate It or Love It, which I loved.
Oh, that is a G-Unit era song of his.
I loved that fucking record.
Wait,
I did.
Is there another one?
Oh, is there? Oh,
This is how we do. This is how we do. Is that his song?
This is how we do it. Not Montel Jordan.
No, he has a song that's like, "This is how we do." Is that a G-Unit song?
No. Why you up in the club? That's 50 Cent. Oh no, you're right. That is the game.
I feel like that was his first
it's how we do. You're right. Wow. Okay. No, Jesus, that's 2005, nigga. That was 15 years ago.
I was about to say I had a locker in that time, but I was
going to say the fact that I can remember any of that, as drunk as I was back then, child, amazing.
Oh God. So Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Nope.
Spoke to Billboard where they were discussing how some artists have reached out to folks like Drake to get a hit. And the person who was interviewing Mr. 6ix9ine referenced Nicholas Minaj.
No. Oh, God.
And her contributions to 6ix9ine's career as of today. Tekashi said the following. He said, "Nicki's my sister. I love that girl to death. When has Nicki ever had a number one till this date? I love Nicki. That's my sister." He goes on to say, "I love her to death. Give me a Nicki single that's been number one. Her record.
Why rub it
Let's
in?
not shy off. That's my record," says that he added.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to bring this up because the audacity moved me in a way I didn't expect to be moved. It swept me off of my feet, but not in the good way.
Yeah.
The nerve of this fucking lean on me East Side High ass dropout looking ass bastard to say, are you fucking like,
and really did
after all that this woman did for your ungrateful Twitter-pated ass.
Yes. Come on, Twitter-pated.
You really are going to try and come here now and discredit her? Not even just her contributions to your music career, but also to her own. Bitch, I don't give a fuck what kind of time Nicki Minaj is having right now, what kind of time Nicki Minaj has had over the past couple of years. I don't give a fuck about no beef. I don't give a fuck about all that goddamn yelling and screaming and backflips and shit off of Queen Radio. What we're not going to do is sit up here and act like the girls don't tap Nicki Minaj to get streams. We're not going to do that. Like that's where I feel like we have to draw the line, especially in the case... Especially in the case of this fucking delinquent ass bitch that I'm certain doesn't clean his nails or wipe his ass right.
Correct.
We're not gonna do that. I just refuse. Like, I feel like at some point we have to just cut the shit. You tapped this woman, or your label was smart enough to tap this woman not once, but twice
Come on, say
to get
it.
features for the only songs that actually really charted and did well for you. You know that. You know that. And even if you are so delusional, because I really genuinely think that this child is half troll, half delusion. Even if you are so delusional to feel like you've held your own on these records or whatever the fuck, I know who doesn't know that. I know who knows the truth. And they're the same people who've been making the calls to Nicki Minaj's team to try and get you. And like, that woman sat back and took flack and backlash and defended your snitching and did all of this fucking shit to excuse doing a record with you. And this is how you repay her? I want her gone. I want him gone. Like, I want him gone. And I try not even really hard because it's not that difficult, but I try to just breeze past anything with his name on it because I know that it is usually attached to fuck shit. Correct. But I was on this website and the fucking headline as I was scrolling down said 6ix9ine discredits Nicki Minaj for troll success on wrapup.com. Nope. You have got to be fucking kidding me. This is why mama be losing her fucking shit and be going on Queen Radio yelling about everybody and losing it and dropping bombs and talking about Sojourner Truth and Shirley Chisholm and whoever the fuck on Queen Radio. Right. This is why, because y'all really be having this lady fucked up and she's currently sitting back carrying a baby, probably, eating all kinds of combinations of weird shit or whatever pregnancy allegedly does to you. And this is what she got to see. This ungrateful, psycho, childish bitch trying to sit up here and act like she had nothing to do with the best things that have ever happened in his career. Yes. I can't.
It don't even matter if it was number one for 1 week and then plummeted. That don't even matter. The fact is that you wasn't getting there without Nicki. And I don't know why you acting like this is unheard of. Like, Nicki being on songs frequently elevates the song. So I feel like, I might have whatever to say about Nicki, whatever criticisms I feel like I have.
Surely, yeah.
But don't come through and fucking shit on her like she didn't help you. Like, she didn't elevate your shit. Like, I just don't understand the audacity of needing this woman and then turning around and being like, but when push come to shove, we all know that's my record and blah, blah, blah. I can't lie. I have not heard the song because there's zero, negative interest. You don't need to. I don't need to. You're right about that, friend. But the point remains that it didn't get to number one until after Nicki hopped on it. So show some goddamn respect. I hope she's somewhere nesting and, bleaching everything down and not letting nobody in her house and getting ready for her child and not even thinking about what this rainbow colored crackhead had to say about her, because how dare you? Who the fuck do you think you are?
I'm honestly curious. I'd love to know who the fuck this nigga thinks that he is. It's just like you said, there's so many things that we could say about Nicki in terms of how she's handled or moved, and certain, ways, certain things within her career or within the industry, fine, whatever. But one thing we're not going to do is discredit this woman's hard work, what she's done, and the value that she fucking has. Right. Because even today, where motherfuckers will try to argue that she's fallen off or she's, whatever the fuck that even some of her peers tried to say about her because she worked with you. Because she worked with you.
Say that shit
even
again.
People are still. Ty Dolla $ign just released a song with Nicki on it, and the only reason I clicked on it was to hear what it sounded like and Nicki's verse. The whole thing is garbage. You know what I'm saying? Her verse is fine. You know what I'm saying? And she looks pretty in the video or whatever. Clearly still working while she's pregnant. But the song outside of what she put into it was not worth listening to. And there's a lot of people if you remember peak Nicki, I feel like it was the year that, what was that was it a DJ Khaled song? The pull up in a monster automobile gangster with a bad bitch that came from, whatever. What was that song?
That's Monster. That's her Monster. That's her verse on Monster.
That's not the verse I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
What is the other?
I don't know.
Oh, hello, good morning. Oh, hello, good morning. Why did I mix that up with the fucking Monster verse? No clue. Anyways. I feel like it was that year that song came out, but whatever. When Nicki was peak Nicki and she was on every single, there was a summer where you would trip and fall on the street and land in a Nicki Minaj feature. And I remember at the time, thinking that it was very reminiscent of Lil Wayne because a couple summers before that, it was the same thing with Wayne. Like, everybody was tapping motherfucking Wayne for records. K-pop bands and motherfucking, like, you know, people who play the cello or whatever. Everybody wanted to work with Lil Wayne because it made money.
Yep.
It got, you know, plaques.
I remember.
Whether the song was good or not. And the same thing goes for her right now. And I know that you know it, and I damn sure know that your label knows it. Just to sit up here and flap your gums and try to act like this black woman didn't have nothing to do with the few things that people have enjoyed from you, disgusting.
Let that be a
Deport her.
lesson. Never, ever support white men. Just be quiet. Don't ever stick up for them. Look at this.
Send
shit.
her back to Niagara Falls with Tory Lanez. I don't even care that she's not from there.
I was about to say, that nigga's Canadian.
No, I don't. I think he's from here, but I don't give a shit.
Deport him anyway. Like, yeah, just get out.
Ungrateful.
How dare you? Woo.
Last but not least, Summer Walker apparently found herself in a back and forth with Future's latest baby mother over the reported amount that said baby mother Eliza Rain is requesting from Future for the support of their daughter. The number sits at $53,000 a month for the child support. Of course, this hit the blogs and the usual discussion of, you know, sack chasing industry baby mamas commenced.
Okay, yep, of course.
However, Summer Walker decided to join in on the conversation for whatever reason via her spam accounts, I think is what she calls this, where she posts like memes and selfies or something.
Her Finsta that is not at all anonymous.
Right. I wouldn't call it a Finsta for that reason.
Definitely not.
So anyway, she basically involved herself in this and called Eliza Rain disgusting. Saying that she thought women like this were disgusting. She went on about, you know, how much money a child needs per year, etc.
Oh, miss.
And, you know, lots of people agreed with her. Lots of people felt like she should have minded her own motherfucking business and not had anything to say about it at all. Eliza chimed in. Oh, here's the actual post. It says, it's a screenshot of Future with gray dreads.
That must be Photoshop. What?
No, it looks like he dyed his hair gray or silver at some point in this picture.
Okay.
Whatever. Summer posted this shit on her IG and said she wants $53,000 a month. Women like this are so disgusting and sad. I feel so bad for this man. Where do y'all even find these types of women?
Oh, literally anywhere, girl. That's how they end up with these types of women. Because literally fucking anywhere. There's no discernment. What a stupid question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Eliza responded with like a 6, 7, 8, 9. Damn, that's a lot of IG. I didn't know that you could even use this much space on Instagram. Okay. She said, okay, I promised myself that after going through what I've been going through, I'd dedicate my time to uplift other women and stay out of drama, as well as stay quiet about my case for my own peace. I'm going to skip forward because there's a lot. She says, first of all, Miss Galactahore, which is Summer Walker's Finsta page name. She said, nice music, but where's your brain at? I don't even like going back and forth with black women during times like these, but how are you speaking on a situation like mine when your man is doing the same, if not worse, than the person I'm battling in court? Instead of condemning me on a fake number, you should be using your platform to speak against this type of neglect of children and abusive women. But I can't expect much from a person who condones their man allegedly playing the same type of games. Imagine being a black woman with a big platform built on music that is mostly celebrated and supported by black women, using your voice to bash on other black women based on fake news instead of speaking up for black women who are forced into situations like mine by black men who are never held accountable. She then went on to like break down how they arrived at a 53,000 as the number. Basically talked about, you know, I don't even want to talk about it. It's too much information. Like, girl, like, listen, I don't know why so many people are confused as to how child support works, especially since many of y'all are in child support situations or need to be. Maybe it's because many of y'all are not in, situations of child support with the wealthy people.
Maybe.
But I feel like a lot of people are confused on how and why child support works or how it's supposed to.
Exactly.
It's not just based on how much money it takes to keep a child alive and clothed and housed.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on the income of the parents and the lifestyle that the parents live.
Yep.
And there were reports when all of this was going on about like every corner of it, honestly. Like, I was annoyed by how much I kept hearing about whatever the fucking case was between this woman and Future. Like, it was like every detail. But one of the things I remember them talking about is him and his attorney or whoever not trying to, give the courts access to his, documents based on his income or whatever paperwork they needed, to make a decision based on that. So what do? They go to Forbes, they use the internet, they scour the fucking world for an estimated amount of what your income would be. And then they base it off of that. You know what I mean? So I don't really know why this woman felt like she needed to come on here and write all of this. I submitted mine day one, but guess what happens if the other party doesn't? They do a general assumption of income, blah, 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 blah. I've been let that drama go. My baby's healthy now. Like, I don't even, I don't know what else she has to do. I'm sure she probably has like a hair company or something else, but like, I just couldn't find the time to do all of this for niggas that could just Google it. But anyway.
Yeah, that's very real. Like, how dare you even talk to me when child support is about making sure the child has the same quality of life with both parents. That's literally what it's about. And if you don't want to have to pay thousands of dollars a month in child support, then maybe you should pick your baby mamas a little more carefully and not just nut into anything walking. Why does this nigga have 6, 7 baby mamas as it is? I can't believe Summer bypassed all those very good questions and went straight to blaming this girl when it's like...
I will tell you
he didn't even try.
Theory. I'll tell you my theory on why she got involved, but I'm going to read what she responded with.
Okay.
First. Because, like I said, lots of people were like, "Oh, Summer, just sing." We don't.
Please, we don't need the rest.
And mind you, this is coming like a few weeks after she was talking to moms about how they don't need to spend a certain amount of money on formula or whatever for their babies.
Yes.
Because all you need to do is buy them fruits and veggies or like get a fruit processor and make your own compost.
86 cents a day or whatever.
Or whatever the fuck she's
Give your
about.
baby mashed up peas and nothing else.
Summer Walker has no children. Like, she doesn't have children. Anyways, she responded to this by saying, so first, let's stop dehumanizing people like they don't have the same rights as you. Freedom of speech, whether physically or virtually, we all have that right. Stop idolizing people so much that you think someone with a platform isn't allowed to have an opinion. You, your mama, your friends, and your friend's mama all be up under people's comments, key and posting your opinions, speaking freely on your pages and stories, and I have the right to do the same. Second, cut the crap about speaking on Black women. I'm all about my people and my culture, but if the situation is foul, then it's foul. The person could have been Black, white, Asian, or Latina, and I would have said the same thing. I don't think a kid needs $53,000 a month, but that's my opinion that I'm entitled to, with the titled part spelled like the app.
Of course.
Actually, no, it's spelled ENTIDLE. It's wrong. To hear on my spam page. But if you think your child needs $53K a month, then that's your opinion, and there's nothing wrong with that. To each their own. Lastly, ladies, focus on getting a good education, focusing on entrepreneurship, focused on independence and pathing the way to make your own money so that you can make your own decisions. So you don't have to ask a nigga for permission before you can go somewhere or buy something. Some of y'all getting a little too caught up in listening to the City Girls and Cardi and worrying about a hot girl summer while all of them got jobs.
Oh my God.
Don't nobody want to hear
all that. How is she for real? Usual. Oh my God. Girl, how are you this goddamn dumb? It's not that you're not allowed to have an opinion. It's that your opinion was based on something that was just fucking wrong. You didn't know enough about what you was talking about. If Future couldn't be bothered to provide the financial documents and they went off of whatever Forbes said, then why do you have something to say about that?
Her last page just said, "And I said what I said," with a black heart emoji. And it reminded me that, like, a lot of people like to say, "I said what I said," in memory of Nene Leakes. I said in memory of, like she died. But a lot of people don't forget Candy's follow-up line. And what you said was some bullshit.
It's important.
Like, I feel like that's an important and powerful piece of that equation that we often lead up. What you said was...
It was some bullshit.
Some bullshit.
It just was. You did not know what you was talking about. Again, child support is not about the bare minimum amount of money a child needs to stay alive. It's about,
and it shouldn't be.
And it's not right. It's not supposed to be. It's literally
if you're
supposed
one of your
to
kids' parents
yes.
makes $50 million a year, for argument's sake, right? Let's say, just for argument, that if, like, by month it takes, let's say, what, $5,000 or $5,000 to $10,000, just argument's sake, because I don't know, I don't have children, right? But you're one of your kids' parent, the non-custodial one at that, is, like, incredibly wealthy, making 7, 8 figures, you know, just stupid money. Why should that parent be pitching in the bare minimum?
Why?
To take care of this kid, when that same parent is buying Mercedeses and Rolls Royces and Birkin bags for any old girl off of the street. But then all of that gets cut off when you get pregnant, when I make a baby with you. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But anyway, as we were saying, this ain't have nothing to do with you. And it wasn't even you just, like, it's like you want to come afterwards and be like, oh, well, I was just expressing my opinion. And if your opinion is the opposite, then that's fine. And you have your opinion. That's not what you just weren't saying, well, I don't think a kid needs $53,000 a month. You said, women like this disgust me. Right. When you probably don't even know this woman, you definitely don't know the circumstances of her child support case. And in my opinion, I feel like the only reason that you were even so passionate about this is because you probably have a relationship with Future to some degree, either by your own industry connections or because your boyfriend has produced countless records for him. And you also probably feel sensitive about child support because your nigga is currently in child support battles with his baby mamas. And if we didn't know that, we knew it after you responded because his baby mamas was like, why are you talking? Because your nigga owe me some money right now for this kid.
Exactly. Don't know where you found the audacity, bitch, but you in the same situation.
Like, girl, what does she be talking about?
I really don't know. Like, I wish Summer would just sing so I could just enjoy her fucking hood tunes and let that be that. But, like, coming for this woman, talking about how she disgusts you for simply trying to provide her child with the same lifestyle that the child's daddy has. Like, this is not outrageous. This is not wrong. And I don't want to hear nothing about it from niggas who have never even tried to file for custody of their kids.
Hello.
I know niggas whose issue is not necessarily the child support. It's whatever relationship they have with the mama and how that is interfering with their relationship with their children. But do you know what those niggas do? If they can't get through to her, do you know what they do? They stack their money up and they take that bitch to court to establish their parental rights. If that's what you have to do, just like a lot of women get they shit together and go put your ass on child support because you not listening or you not texting them back or you block them. And so they did what they had to do. A man who wants to see his child will do that. A man who wants to share custody of his child will do that. A nigga who has not even tried, don't talk to me about how much money he pays in child support. Because you could pay millions in child support. It's nothing like actually having to raise a baby by yourself. It's nothing like actually having to be there with that nigga when they wake up 8 times during the night and you got to get up early to go to school and then work and then come pick him up and then go to your other job. Like, I just don't understand how y'all cape for these niggas who have millions and millions of dollars and who don't show any discretion with where they put their dick.
Thank you. Because it's like,
Future could have only nutted in rich women. He could have done that.
let's just say, no, he wouldn't have ever done that.
But he could have.
A big part of maybe, but a big part of what a lot of the niggas who be continuously getting into these kinds of situations with certain women is like they're always going for the women that they feel like they can affect their lifestyle, that they can impress you by just being a rich nigga who will buy you a bag or do whatever the fuck. Like they're not as comfortable usually with somebody who's going to be able to hold their own and doesn't need you for motherfucking anything, because what leverage do you have to hold the power in that situation if I don't really need you for shit?
She's not gonna put up with your dumb shit because she don't need you to pay her rent or keep her lights on or whatever else.
That's not to say that, you know, every rich nigga out here is looking for someone who isn't rich. You know, there's plenty of wealthy, powerful men that, you know, are willingly out here looking for or getting with wealthy, powerful other people, women or whatever. But like in cases like this, you're absolutely right. Let's say that Eliza actually is 1000% cold-blooded sack chaser, and she puts foundation on her horn so that you can't see him, and she's actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say she's absolutely just, you know, check chasing, clout chasing freak, right? Who doesn't know that people exist that will attempt to take advantage of rich people's money? Like, who doesn't know that there are women out here, men also out here, people who are like, oh, I'm trying to go over there and get, you know, clinked up so that I can, you know, have whatever kind of rich lifestyle and private jets and all that other kind of stuff.
Right.
Like, these niggas know that there are women out here trying to get pregnant so that they can be kept and take care of or whatever. That's not to say that that's who this woman is, but those types of people exist. And rappers and athletes especially know that better than any motherfucking body. So I'm not shocked that Summer Walker doesn't know much about how child support works, because Summer Walker does not have a child. And Summer Walker also doesn't seem very bright. But you know who does know all about this stuff? Future's attorney. And Future. Because a nigga already has 36 motherfucking kids and 24 baby mamas and all this other fucking shit. So nigga, you already know how this shit works. Yet you're willingly going around putting your dick raw wherever the motherfuck and knocking people up and acting like you never met them or they're not attractive or whatever when they're like, oh, I'm actually pregnant and I'm having a baby that belongs to you. But you feel comfortable saying that you feel sorry for him? Based off of what? First of all, if he paid that child support, Future will still be fine. Future's not going to be hard up for money anytime soon. And I highly doubt that that's about to be his last illegitimate baby. So, like, I don't know where your pity is coming from, but again, I feel like it's biased and it's a little pointed in the wrong direction, in my opinion.
Yeah. You know, it's just amazing what a few facts can do. It's just amazing how they can change your whole opinion and maybe completely affect what you would have said. Or even just recognizing that you are in a situation with a nigga whose baby is like a year old. And I don't know how long Summer Walker has been with that nigga, but I feel like it's been a year, right?
Maybe. I think
something around that. So it's like the details of that are already like, don't know where you found the nerve, girl, but
I'm telling you,
Little Miss got you together.
She is already like had a parking lot fight scheduled for one of that man's other baby mamas. Like they probably absolutely told her to come down to the park by the bleachers and fight. Summer seems like the type who literally wakes up, absolutely faces a blunt, and then brushes her teeth, maybe. You know, like she seems like the type who's just like, let me get up, hit this blunt that I, you know, didn't finish last night, hit the fucking timeline, see what there is to talk shit about. And then I'll do some singing and not giving a fuck later on, which is like fine. And she absolutely has the right to express her opinion. Celebrities be on these blogs and, you know, lollygagging and making jokes at other people's expense all the time. Yeah, absolutely. But like, I just felt like disgusting was a little much and harsh when it's not your case. You don't have kids. You don't know this woman and you don't know the circumstances. And Future could have not got this woman pregnant.
He could have. Like, I just don't understand how people keep skipping that. This did not have to be his baby mama, just like the rest of them. He could have just not. The fact that y'all let niggas get away with the most reckless, irresponsible behavior and then blame the women. It's just like, but this nigga could have also kept his dick to himself. And why don't y'all ever hold them accountable? Ever.
That's why these niggas be feeling so comfortable being absolutely like wild, reckless, destroy, like whatever. Like I just read that Tory Lanez DM'd someone about a rumor
that is my whole read.
Okay, cool. There you go. It's like, sweetie, what? But yeah, sure. Prime example. You're absolutely right, though. These niggas be wild comfortable.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to shitting on black women, because they know even other black women will be like, well, I just think he's right. Like,
and I just feel like, that's a man. So, like, don't even come to that man being crazy when you know who he is and you know what he do. And you know how to do what he do.
And I said what I said. At the end of the day, all you need is a food processor, cucumbers, and possibly grapes. Your baby doesn't need Gerbers. I don't know what time you think it is. It's 89 cents a day. And Summer Walker said that.
That was so crazy. Like, girl, you truly know nothing about infant and toddler development. Nobody would recommend that you spend 83 cents a day on produce to blend up and feed to your whole child every fucking day. Every day, girl, just malnourished.
It's just the fact that they're so uninformed. Like, that's the only... That's the thing. Because I know she be having a blunt between her fucking middle and index.
Yeah,
and she's just like, I don't care what I'm talking about, but I'm going to say it. Like, give a shit, you're not gonna fight me. So.
You need a real Finsta, girl, because this
yes,
this ain't it. You need to let this one go.
One that like I thought, aren't celebrity fences like meant for like their friends and family and like people they trust?
Yes. You're not supposed to tell the whole world that that's your Finsta.
Her Finsta has like 500,000 followers. Like, girl, what did you think? And also, you are smart enough to know that people are going to hold your opinion at a different standard than, whoever shot John down at the Dunkin' Donuts. You know that. Is it fair? Is it cool? Is it right? Maybe not. But people are going to treat your opinion differently because they know who you are.
True. But again, I don't care that you had an opinion. I care that you were just so wrong about it and just so ready to blame a black woman when the nigga who created this baby completely voluntarily did not have to do it, was right there. Like, I don't understand how y'all are dedicated to hating your own people. But, one day we'll get free. One day.
That's it for the Hot Tops this week. We're going to take a break and then we will be coming right back.
Hey guys, this week's episode of The Read is brought to you by Apple News. Apple News Plus lets you read hundreds of popular magazines and leading newspapers all in one place. And now enjoying top stories is even easier because Apple's introducing audio stories. That's right. You can listen to the titles you love anytime, anywhere on your iPhone. They've got new stories every week from publications like the LA Times, Vanity Fair, People, Time, and more, each handpicked by expert editors from a wide range of topics. With audio stories, you can tune in and listen on your run, in the car, at the park, when you're in the bathroom, smoking weed and hiding from your kids, whatever you want to do. Explore the audio stories plus hundreds of magazines and leading newspapers to read, all for a month at no cost when you start your free trial of Apple News Plus today inside the Apple News app, because great journalism deserves to be seen and heard. Amen. Offer applies to new subscribers only. Terms do apply, but check out Apple News Plus today. Again, inside the Apple News app. All right, let's get back to the show.
Okay, guys, we are back to the show and we're getting ready to read your listener letters. This week's listener letter is brought to you guys by Hulu's new comedy series, Woke. All episodes of the show are premiering September 9th, so go and check it out.
Facts. All right, this first letter comes from Deja, who it's just one of those quick ones, who wants to know if we have, well, you really, because this ain't me, but if you've played Fortnite, because right now they have a new season that is Marvel themed, and you can play as Storm, Mystique, Wolverine, Iron Man, and she said here maybe even a Black Panther skin in honor of Chadwick. So do you know anything about that?
I don't play Fortnite. It's not for me. I do know what they're referencing, and basically what they're talking about are these skins that you can use for your character in Fortnite that look like all of those Marvel characters, including I was happy to see Storm because everybody knows Storm is my fave. And, with Disney and Marvel Studios only recently acquiring the Fox X-Men and all those other properties, I feel like they've slowly started trickling them like back into other stuff outside of film, like games and whatever else. So that's nice. But I don't like Fortnite. It doesn't really it doesn't change the fact that the game is still about running around and shooting people and building forts. So it's not
damn.
It's not like you're about to use nobody's superpowers or fly around. Not that I know about. But even if you did, I don't care for Fortnite. I don't think it's for me. But if you're enjoying it, good for you. I have been playing the Avengers game, though, that just came out and enjoying that. No Storm, but I like it. Hopefully Black Panther.
My nephew has me playing not Fortnite, but Minecraft. Listen, that game is not for adults. I cannot. No. I don't understand. I literally don't understand. And Noah has me playing the one where you get to play different games inside the game.
What?
And one of them is like you get to be a little baby or whatever the fuck. What is that game?
Idea what you're talking about. Dreams?
No, it's very popular with the children.
Disney Infinity.
No, it's the one where it's multiple games inside the app, inside the game. And you can pick which one you play. Like Noah has me being a little baby, I think.
What?
God damn it. Game that kids love.
I'm trying to think, what would she be playing? There's a bunch of games in a game.
And you can play it on your phone or on the computer. Somebody is going to be like, bitch.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I have no clue. And it's
what is that?
Frustrating me because I feel like I'm a game encyclopedia.
Like, okay, you know what? This is going to make me mad. So let's just move on.
Sure.
let's just move on. Our first question this week comes from Lucretia, who says, I'm a lesbian who just got out of a 3-month relationship with my partner.
So 5 years.
Love that y'all are using partner after 3 months.
Yeah.
I truly love it. Lesbians are the most. I broke up with her because I felt like I wasn't being heard or valued in the relationship. Now she has really landed on thick and being attentive and letting me know how much she loves and cares about me. And as far as she knows, I have no reason not to come back at this point.
Okay.
But secretly, I don't... You know it. I don't want to get back with her because I'm not really attracted to her physically.
Oh, no.
It was her personality that drew me in, but we quickly fell into the lesbian bed death, mostly because I don't have the desire to have sex with her anymore. She's good in bed, but I'm not motivated to reciprocate due to my lack of attraction and the fact that she is so restrictive with what I'm allowed to do. I respect her boundaries, but it makes things less exciting for me. Okay. Also, she's a mother who wants me to help with some of her responsibilities, and I don't think I'm ready for all that.
That's fair, too.
I knew she had kids when we got together, of course. I just didn't know how much she would expect me to help with them, and it quickly got overwhelming. Now that we're broken up, I can get back to my fantasy of finding a fine-ass stud with no kids who treats me right, if that nigga exists. But I don't think I can tell her that the reason I don't want to come back is because I don't find her attractive. What do I do? Should I go back now because she's being good to me, or take the asshole route and tell her she ain't fine enough? Damn. Thanks, Lucretia.
Well, Cretia, I don't know why those are your only options.
Right.
I don't think that you should get back in a relationship with her just because she's being more attentive. Because you very obviously don't want to be in a relationship with her. And you made reasonable points. You know, if you're not being satisfied sexually, that's a good enough reason. And, you know, you're not ready to be co-parenting, which is also a fair enough reason. But I don't think that you need to tell her that you're not attracted to her anymore. You know, I suppose it would be honest, but I don't think that you need to say that. You could just say that it's not going to work for you. You want to explore other things. You just want to be like, you can be honest with her about why you want to break up without being brutally fucking honest. Like, you don't need to go into details because at the end of the day, you know, the lack of physical attraction isn't the only thing that you just listed here as part of a reason why you want to be single or want to not be in a relationship with her. So even if that's like the main reason or the biggest reason, I feel like you can keep that to yourself. I don't think you need to say that to her.
Yeah, you don't have to be the bad guy here. You actually don't need a reason for not wanting to be with somebody. Not wanting to be with them is enough. So
yeah.
If she wants to know why she is giving you all this attention and blah blah blah, and you're still not reciprocating, you can just say that you feel like the two of you are going in different directions and y'all are not supposed to be together. Like, you don't have to be cruel. Yeah. It's interesting. It's really interesting to me that you said, should I do the asshole thing and tell her she ain't fine enough, when it seems to me that the asshole thing is like going back to her anyway, even though you really don't want her. Mm-hmm. Just to play with her fucking feelings. Eventually you're gonna get tired of pretending like that's really where you want to be and break her heart or whatever, or you just gonna end up resenting her because you changed your life to be a part of hers when you really didn't want to. Mm-hmm. So I think what's best is that you just tell her that you don't want to be with her, period, and that it is what it is, and she'll just have to handle the breakup just like anybody else would. But you're not an asshole for not wanting to be with somebody. You can have whatever reason you have.
You're right. I think a lot of people end up in that situation because it's like, there's no win for her here. You know what I mean? Either way, the person she wants to be with doesn't want to be with them. And you're either going to prolong the hurt or you're going to just end it now. And, hopefully she'll find her way to peace, as quickly as possible. But either way, you're going to hurt her. And there are some situations where, a person that you're with or don't want to be with or care about or whatever is going to experience heartbreak. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but it doesn't mean that you're like a terrible person for it. It doesn't mean that you're doing the wrong thing because the thing that you're going to say is going to hurt them. Sometimes, it's for the best. It's the right thing to do. And you don't, even though your delivery or what you have to say may hurt, you don't have to pierce a knife through the jugular,
Right.
Like,
especially with the kid thing, like, you definitely should not go back when you feel like raising kids is not something you want to do. Because, she has kids.
Yeah.
That's not changing. And if you feel like, children are too much responsibility and I'm not ready for all that, then that's fine. You have the right to feel that way as somebody who doesn't have kids.
Right.
But you also, you owe it to them kids to not be in their life when you really don't want to be there.
Yep.
Leave them and their mama alone. Let them move on so you can move on. Yeah. Best of luck to you. Our next question comes from JoJo, who says...
Great album.
So good, girl. When 2020 began, I thought that this would be a great year to meet new people. I'm in my late 20s and I have a few really great friends, a great dog, and a wonderful family. This year, I was really hoping to maybe find a man to be with because, niggas really ain't shit. But hey, I thought I might find one. Now that our entire world has been shut down, I feel like that possibility is further away than I would have hoped. It's like the only time I see someone of the opposite sex is in the grocery store or at the gas station or at work. It feels like this is not even really real life. And not to mention, I don't even know what anybody really looks like because every nigga has a mask on. My question is, that's good that they are actually wearing it.
Yeah.
My question is, how do you think quarantine has changed dating for you? Do you think this will affect people in the dating world moving forward? Are you more open to trying dating apps now that we are in quarantine? I'm not really a meet my partner online type, so this is a little challenging for me. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for all you do. Blah, blah, blah. We love you, JoJo.
Well, JoJo, I don't know what to tell you. I typically keep these niggas as far away from me as possible. I don't text back. I don't communicate So sounds like we're in the same boat here, girl. The only difference is like I don't really care. I do understand where you're coming from though. And I think that it's another part of like I'm so tired of hearing the new normal, but it's like this is just kind of how shit is going to be until it's not. And unfortunately, because the world is shit and our country's leaders are shittier, we don't really know what that's looking out like, what the schedule is giving, what any of this is. Hell, y'all might not even be able to go to the Usher experience. Who knows?
Don't say that.
I think that there, depending on the ways that you typically would socialize or meet guys, yeah, a lot of that is going to be different. I mean, I don't know if you want to try apps or, you know, I guess like right now, I think a lot of people who are still dating or attempting to date are mostly going the digital way. Like if they're trying to meet new people, I mean, yeah, that's how I would assume it's mostly working. And a lot of people were finding success or just comfort in app dating, online dating, and stuff like that anyway. So I feel like that's probably your best bet to try to meet someone where you'll be able to suss out their personality and see what they look like without a mask, and do all of the above. But personal dating has looked like, you know, my dating life pre-COVID. Desolate, lots of tumbleweeds.
It's raggedy out here, girl.
So I'm not sure what to tell you.
Yeah, same really. Like I'm still not into the app situation. I don't think I ever will be. And like back in April, I just kind of resigned myself to, well, I guess I'm just gonna be over here by myself until the pandemic is over.
Yeah.
Because I know how I am. You know, I don't even let Dustin in my house. Ask Dustin. I do not let him I do not allow him to come over. Yeah. Like, if I don't let my own friends in my house, I'm definitely not letting some random nigga that I met on an app come into my home or come breathe in my face. Like, I'm just entirely too scared of the virus to let that happen. So I resigned myself to being single and not dating, you know, a few months ago. So this is not, I understand that most of you, I don't know, really want companionship or something. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I feel like if you weren't really into apps before, but you know, you're feeling lonely and you want to talk to some niggas, then there's nothing wrong with it. I just, you know, it's just really the whole trying to get to know somebody, but then there's no way that we can meet up and see each other in person. That's not going to work for me. I'm not going to sit here and text you all day, every day, endlessly, you know, like there has to be a point in time where we can see one another. Now, I do have a situation. Well, the fact that I called it an entanglement and this nigga got mad at me. So, so I won't say entanglement, but
feel like I would be
that nigga was very offended by that. I wasn't ready, but
it's offensive.
So I'm not really, you know, even looking to date. So that's another part of it, I guess. But yeah, maybe if we get through, you know, September 2021 and there's no end in sight, then I will have changed my mind about dating apps or going out and meeting people. But as of right now, I'm fine with niggas not being in my face or on my phone. I really am.
So. Yeah, I think that I'm mostly on the same page. I'm kind of like a born again virgin at this point. Like,
okay.
I think it's been, well, probably a couple weeks away from 2 years since I slept with somebody. So
go off. Look at you. You are a virgin.
I think I'm going to just be a monk.
A monk?
Yeah. Aren't they like...
Monks don't have sex?
I don't think so. Are they not supposed to?
Oh, they probably don't. They the ones who be like living in potato sacks in the hills and stuff, right?
I don't know. I just
like they shirk all that modern shit.
I just knew that some of them are celibate. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore.
One day you will meet the nigga of your dreams, and that all that will change. But I understand things being what they are for now.
Yeah, definitely. Everything is confusing right now, and nobody has answers for a lot of it when it comes to socializing, being out in public, dating, etc. There are ways to do it. I feel like a lot of the ways that people are doing it willfully ignore safety.
I mean, yes, because meeting up with somebody outside your household, I mean, somebody you don't know, you can't verify where they've been or whatever. It's high risk behavior, especially because y'all going to restaurants and clubs and all this other. But I'm done telling other people what to do or like fussing at them about it. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. Just because I don't think it's a good idea doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. So,
yeah, I don't know what more to tell you. I see a lot of the girls out here basically just spitting on each other at this point. I don't know. Like, they're just like...
Have you seen those fight videos from Pride in Atlanta?
I haven't actually sat back to watch it yet. I usually get like some like Orville Redenbacher popcorn ready before I watch an ATL Pride fight, because they're very eventful, usually lengthy. And, you know, I really wanted to like get comfortable before I started this year's fight festivities down at the ATL Pride. What is it with that? Like, why don't they just have UFC styled matches for each Pride in Atlanta? Because clearly it's where the girls go to settle scores. So just build a cage, and make money off of it. Because y'all motherfuckers be in Atlanta every Pride boxing, and the whole block's involved. I don't know why.
Yeah, because you've been real mad at that bitch for the whole past year, and now you finally get to let it out.
And I guess you know you're gonna see him at Pride. It's just a damn shame that it ends up on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat and Facebook and every damn where else. I mean, I enjoy watching it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I do love fight videos, and I do love fights in real life. I go to fights. I move in the direction of fights because I do like to witness them, which is maybe a little off brand for me. But yeah, I'm just whatever. You niggas are gonna do what you do. Be safe.
Yeah, it's just
wear a mask and keep your distance, and don't let these niggas lie to you more than anything else.
Yeah, that's the real virus.
All right. Our last letter comes from Valen, who says, I'm 25 years old and I'm 7 months pregnant. About a month ago, my boyfriend and I went to a dog park to let our dog play, but while we were there, I saw our neighbor and I went to go speak to him. I specifically went to ask him to pick up his dog shit from my front door whenever the dog shits there, because for some reason his dog uses my front door as his bathroom and has done it multiple times, and the neighbor has never picked it up. I've never gotten the chance to say something. I've always just seen the dog shitting on my Ring camera while I was away, but I never caught it in the act, so I went up to him and said something, and this man literally got in my face and screams, "Bitch, my dog does not shit at your door," at the top of his lungs. I told him that I had proof on camera and then cussed him out, and he tried to cuss me out, but then I shut it all down and he left. But I said all that to say that my boyfriend literally said nothing the entire time that all this was going on.
Girl, I forgot you had a boyfriend up until now.
Okay. You mentioned him once and that was it. Yeah. He didn't even ask if I was okay, and I asked him why he didn't back me up, and he said, "It looked like you had it."
Wow.
He's never acted this way before, and so I made a decision right then and there to leave. Now it's been a month, and everyone around me thinks I'm crazy and dramatic, and he's been trying to show me that he really does care, but I just can't let something like this go because it don't sit right with me. My question is, do you guys also think I'm being dramatic, or is it okay to break up over something like this? Thanks, Valen.
You know, I don't think that you're being dramatic. I will start there. I definitely don't think that you're dramatic. If a man, especially, came in your face and was screaming at you and wrong on that. I don't give a fuck if he was 110% right. But being that strong and wrong, like, honestly, if I were in the street and saw it happening to you, I probably would have said something and I don't even know y'all. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of... And I really don't care for conflict or street drama, especially if it doesn't involve me. But there's just some things that are right and wrong, and I probably would have said something not even knowing you. So if you had a whole boyfriend that was on site as this is happening, who said nothing to a man getting aggressive with you over some shit that he, like, literal shit that he's responsible for.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think you're dramatic for leaving that nigga, because I probably would have been on the same temperature. Now, I think that there may not be anything wrong with, like, going to hear him out or whatever if he is making an effort to try and show you that he's learned and is feeling different or whatever. But I also don't think that there's anything wrong with you being like, nah, wasn't until, you know, like, I see one red flag and I get out, you know, like, I'm not blaming anybody for having that kind of approach to it or whatever. And whatever the fuck your friends are talking about is fucking irrelevant. Like, it doesn't matter what your friends think, what even your family might think or whatever. Go with whatever your gut is, you're feeling. Like Crystal said on another letter, you could want to be single because the sky's blue. Like, you not wanting to be with somebody is enough to not be with them. It's a good enough reason. I think this is plenty good reason. And, you know, you have every right and reason to stick by, you know, whatever it is that you're feeling.
Right, because, I mean, she mentioned here in parentheses that this man who was screaming at her did not have on a mask while she did, you know, and she's pregnant and all this, which I'm sure just made it worse as far as, like, the situation with your boyfriend. I'm honestly shocked that you're 25 years old and actually left this nigga, because...
True.
I feel like it's, you know, women who are 10 years older than you who would have been trying to rationalize that to themselves and be like, oh, it wasn't so bad, you know... This is blah, blah, blah. But the fact that that man saw another grown man screaming in your face, knowing that you're carrying his child, and didn't feel motivated to do nothing about it, I too would be feeling away. Like, I can't judge you for that. I can't say that you're wrong for that. I think your theory is right. You know, if you really want to just listen to him and give him another shot or whatever and all that, I can't fault you for that. But nigga, I'm really going to need you to be a little bit more protective over your child, at least. And I'm incubating that nigga. So what's not clicking?
Yeah, the fact that they're having a kid together too is like, you know, go ahead and hear him out. But I'm just like, I feel like I would struggle with not looking at you differently after that. Like, I feel like for a while, unless maybe we talk to somebody or something like that, that would, like, be one of those things that irks you, even if it's in your subconscious. But I'm sure it would be at the forefront of my brain. Like,
forever.
At least for a while, the way that I'm going to be maneuvering around you in your presence and stuff like that is going to be affected, even if we talk and I hear you out and stuff like that. And that's very normal. It's very human for people to be like, oh, I forgive you, I understand, or whatever. And for a while, if not for the fuck ever after that, it's still eating a person up inside or still bothering them. And it's like, there's nothing worse than when you're supposed to have moved on from drama with a person, relationship or not, but it keeps coming back up. You know what I mean? And, you know, if it's going to be a thing where you're going to consistently be bugged by that, then I just feel like it's better for you to just be like, you know what? I don't need to be with you. Or at the very least, I need an extended vacation from you and from this relationship or whatever. But yeah, I don't think you've been dramatic at all.
No, because I could just see, like, a year from now, him coming home and complaining about, like, arguing with somebody at work or whatever, and you being like, so you can argue with niggas at work, but you can't argue with the nigga who was screaming in my face when I was pregnant, carrying your child, waddling around this earth, carrying your baby, split my rooter and tutor wide open for your child. But you can argue with that bitch over the copier. Okay. Nah, copy. I got you. Like, I feel like I would have that attitude.
I'm telling you, Sam. He come to me like, babe, like, I don't know if we should keep buying this brand of peanut butter. I had to fight with it to get the damn thing open. Oh, so you could fight with the jar of peanut butter, but you couldn't fight with that nigga that tried to beat my ass over that dog. Cool. That's cute. I'm glad to know where I stand. Thanks.
Yeah, consider this a red flag and, move however you gonna move from there on out. But be wary. Be wary of a nigga who just don't feel no need to stick up for the mother of his child or his child.
Again, especially
themselves.
Against a man that is wild incorrect.
Right. Screaming in her face for no reason and without a mask on in the middle of a damn pandemic. I just don't know how you don't say nothing. I really feel like any partner of any gender should have stepped up and said something in defense of you, the pregnant one.
Even if you're not like, buddy, I will absolutely knock your ass the fuck out in here right now. Like, at the very least, you should be trying to diffuse it.
Like, at the very least, come step between them. Like, yo, whatever this is what we're not going to be doing is screaming at my lady. She's going to go over there and enjoy a juice box, and me and you are going to work this out. Like, I just don't understand sitting back, but good luck to you, girl, and whatever you decide to put that nigga through, he deserves. But
yeah.
Best of luck figuring that out. All right, that wraps up this week's listener letters, brought to you by Hulu's new comedy series Woke, all episodes premiering September 9th. If you have questions, send them to asktheread@gmail.com. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, do not forget that you can turn your website dreams into reality with Squarespace. I feel like every day somebody probably comes up with an idea that would have, or need a great website attached to it. But building a website's not that easy for everyone to understand. But Squarespace makes it really easy. Trust us, we've used it personally ourselves, whether you're trying to start a business or you're an artist that wants to showcase their work. If you have products you want to sell, or if you just want to blog, talking about whatever weird excuse that your boyfriend made up for not fighting somebody who tried you over their dog, whatever it is. You can build a website around it with great templates made by great designers, and you can trust it will be very easy to use, customize everything with just a couple of clicks. And if you do get confused, they've got a award-winning customer support line that is available to you 24/7. Everything is optimized for mobile immediately right out of the box, so you don't have to worry about patching anything or upgrading anything in order for it to work. Translate on mobile devices. So make sure that you go and check Squarespace out. They empower millions of people from all different walks of life to turn their ideas into something real. Go to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. That's squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Let them know that we sent you. And now let's move on.
Thanks again to the new Hulu series Woke for supporting this week's episode, because keeping it light just ain't working. That's right, Woke is a new comedy series inspired by the life and work of artist Keith Knight. Watch as Woke takes an absurdly irreverent look at identity and culture as it follows Keith, an African-American cartoonist, finally on the verge of mainstream success when an unexpected incident changes everything. What you want to bet is racism? Probably is. With a fresh outlook on the world around him, Keith must now navigate the new voices and ideas that confront and challenge him, all without setting aflame everything he's built. Tough line to walk. Starring Lamorne Morris, Blake Anderson, T. Murph, Rose McIver, and Shashir Zameda, Woke premieres all episodes exclusively on Hulu September 9th. Visit hulu.com/WOKE for more. Check the show out. All right, let's wrap up our show.
Okay, we're back now. It's time for the read.
It is.
You can go.
Okay, well, like you brought up earlier, since we're discussing trash niggas, I'm never going to miss an opportunity to slander Tory Lanez after what he did to Meghan, my queen. I just won't. And since Meghan went on live and straight up said that nigga shot me, and he and his team have been lying to the blogs and trying to make it look better when it really ain't all that, he has remained pretty silent. And honestly, I thought he would continue to stay silent, because why say anything at all about an ongoing case? You're only going to incriminate yourself or make yourself look bad. I fully expected him to say nothing. However,
me too.
He could not avoid being a nigga when Hot New Hip Hop blogged about this whole situation. So they talked about how after Megan went live, a lot of Tory Lanez fans have been boycotting or simply not, streaming his songs or anything else. And Forbes allegedly reported that his total streaming numbers have fallen up to 40% ever since then.
Mm-hmm.
So Hot New Hip Hop, of course, blogged about the story, posted it on Twitter. Tory Lanez, who for some reason has not given his password to his publicist, DM'd Hot New Hip Hop and decided to defend himself, not against the allegations of shooting Megan,
right,
not about any of that, but to defend his streaming numbers. This nigga said, I have 27 million monthly listeners on Spotify currently. How dare y'all?
He laughed about it too.
LMAO, that's such a lie, 40% where. So those, yeah. So when I saw this, I actually had to click through. I don't even remember where I originally saw the link. Was it some other nigga blog? Wrap up. And so then they did all this extra linking. So I clicked through and read all this. First of all, Megan is the only reason your bitch ass is not in prison right now. She is the only reason. Had she told the police what really happened that night, I'm sure you would be up on more than gun charges right now. And honestly, I hope that changes. I hope at any moment we're going to see your ass going down for attempted murder or whatever this is called legally. I don't know. I want to see that shit. Because I'm beyond tired of people being able to abuse Black women, treat us whatever kind of way, and suffer no repercussions for it. I don't care if you're a Black man or not. I'm tired of you abusing us. I mean, in this situation, literally shooting. But
literally,
it can be as common as taking advantage of the labor that Black women provide and assuming it will always be there. And that it don't mean nothing or it don't cost nothing or it's not hard to provide that labor and that support and that love for everybody else. See, I'm getting ahead of myself. So first of all, there's that. I'm really struggling with how the allegations are so severe. This is so bad. Everything about it is so awful. Your people have you shutting up and, all this other shit. And yet you decided that the appropriate way to respond was to DM a fucking hip hop blogging site and be like, say what you want about the fact that I tried to take this woman's ligaments right on out of her feet. But don't you ever dare lie about how many 0.00027 cents of a penny that I'm receiving per stream on Spotify with all their free users. Don't you dare lie about that shit. That's where I got to start. How are you mad? This is what I don't understand. How are you mad that somebody said your streaming numbers are down and not mad that somebody said you shot them in the fucking foot? Like, help me understand how you are so offended that somebody might say, oh no, Tory Lanez is falling off since he literally tried to kill this girl, that you would actually DM somebody trying to defend yourself against that shit and not against the fact that you really did shoot this girl in her fucking feet. I just don't know where niggas find the audacity. Where is it at?
Mind blowing.
How did you get it? Let me know. Like, you're not even... Tory Lanez should have been deported, put in jail, both at the same time. I don't even know. All that shit should have happened. The fact that Megan didn't automatically have your ass put in jail should have had you feeling grateful. Should have had you sending fruit baskets and get well soon cards through all your publicists and your mama and everybody else and shutting the fuck up for all eternity about it. But you tried to make yourself look better. You tried to make it seem like it wasn't that damn bad. And then when she directly pointed the finger, you mad because niggas said your streams have dropped. This is why we have to get niggas the fuck out of here. This is why, abolition may be the goal, But I'm tired of people who do this type of shit, getting away with it nonstop and never having to face any repercussions. So send that nigga to prison. Call Kamala. Do whatever you got to do. Have them come round this nigga up and take his ass directly to the federal penitentiary. Because how fucking dare you? I really don't understand how black women are constantly the ones putting their necks out, literally risking their own health and safety for niggas all the goddamn time. And y'all just shit on them in response. Megan was beyond gracious with Tory Lanez. She didn't even, everybody knew that he shot her and she kept it fucking cute. For weeks, she didn't say nothing. Protecting the nigga who shot her. And this is how you treat her.
She literally only spoke up when blogs were starting to run the lies.
I will never let nigga logic fly around here. Niggas will say shit like, well, Megan wasn't supposed to snitch because street code or whatever the fuck, all that dumb shit that y'all will say in defense of Tory Lanez, because when it come right down to it, you don't really care about women. You care about men not actually getting in trouble for the shit they do. I understand that's why y'all are defending and supporting Tory Lanez. I understand it. I just won't ever stand for it my damn self. Because the math ain't math in here. That girl went out of her way to shield a man who tried to take her life. Really chew on that shit.
Yep.
Think about how this could have been so much. You know what? Never mind. I just don't. One day, black women are really going to be done with y'all niggas, and I don't know what you going to do. I really don't. I don't know what you going to do. But this was trash all the way around. Give your password to your publicist. Log the fuck off. Go do something else with your time. Fill your days with something else. Get off the internet. Because this ain't it, nigga.
I already thought that nigga was high and out of his mind.
You should have been praising God that Megan didn't file charges on you. But here you go. Being a bitch made nigga. For what? Why? What was the reason?
Furthermore, let's say that whatever the fuck your attempted correction on your streaming numbers, let's say that that's true. So, like, what next?
Who cares?
Like, literally the only time people are discussing you right now is in connection with your shooting.
Like,
so if people are still listening to your weird remixed version of a Belle Biv DeVoe song, then fine. But like the fact that you, again, because like, I think a lot of people are stupid.
oh,
Celebrities,
yeah. Oh,
regular people,
definitely.
like, I feel like a lot of people are stupid.
Oh, yeah.
But I still just feel like some things are just basic common sense. Like you don't even have to think about it to know, right? And I would say the same thing for the fact that you jumping in anybody's DMs and saying anything about anything, like the time of day.
Why is it happening?
Would be right. And someone's going to be like, would you believe what the fuck Tory Lanez dropped in my... So you really thought with the temperature in the room for you right now that it was like, I'm going to ignore everything. You know, this woman literally just confirmed that I shot her.
Yep.
I've said nothing.
Not an apology.
I have no problem with them sharing the correction of my Spotify hits.
Girl.
What a fucking moron.
Like, get niggas out of here, girl. This is really how you act. This is really it. Y'all the niggas I won't be marching for. Come get them, girl. Kamala and Joe, come round these niggas the fuck up.
Why would you let that be your first statement?
Why wouldn't you just leave it alone?
I got 250,000 a month if you actually listen to this. Like, what? Don't nobody give a fuck about that.
Are you just skipping the whole part where you shot her? That just don't mean nothing to you? The numbers is all that count? That's why you need to go to jail.
It basically felt like, yeah, I shot that bitch, but these numbers are still up though. So don't.
How dare you?
I may shoot the children.
Bitches are still streaming don't. So don't get it fucked up. Girl, priorities all in the wrong spot. I can't wait for Trump to get you to fuck. Oh, wait, no, wait.
Yeah.
Is that what I want to say?
I don't.
I mean, I actually don't care who deports you. I just want it to happen. I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to leave it at that. Fuck you, sir.
All right. For me, two quick things. One, I I think gender reveals are stupid. I don't think that they should still be a thing. However, as we said earlier in the podcast, I am not a parent. And I feel like you have the right to, have your little parties and go down to Costco for your sheet cake or whatever it is that you want to do. That's fine. What I will say is, although I feel like these reveal parties are stupid and they're a waste of money and they uphold gender norms for no real reason, other than, maybe getting gifts and having a moment that's about you.
Correct.
Even if you do decide that that's something you're going to do, I'd really love to, I just want to request that we refrain from using pyrotechnics, explosive charges, grenades, smoke, I don't know, sharp knives, rifles, aircrafts even. It's not that deep. I promise you, nobody really gives a fuck about your baby's genitals.
Nope.
No one. It is really just a moment to once again celebrate that you have a baby on the way. I'm bringing this up because apparently there is yet another one of multiple wildfires that has, from the time I read it, burned affected 8,600 acres of land somewhere in California.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because some family decided that they wanted to have a gender reveal that involved a smoke generating pyrotechnic device.
No, get us out of here.
I also read in this article that in 2017, someone did some similar shit in Arizona where they were supposed to they shot a hunting rifle off into the distance at some target that then would blow up with whatever color smoke. And they were responsible for $8 million in restitution or something crazy.
I remember
like
that because they burned half of Texas or something. It didn't make no sense.
So when you and your baby are eating Easy Mac off of the floor, are you going to explain to them that is because you have had to pay the state of California all of their motherfucking money because you wanted to have a motherfucking party where the family and your friends or their friends could find out what kind of genitals you had? You really felt like sharing the information about your baby's private parts was worth you pretending to be Wile E. fucking Coyote for a day. What is wrong with you niggas? Even a lady who popularized the gender reveal party had to get on Facebook and be like, enough. Girl, that is it. And I believe that she I feel like they cut a cake. Cut a cake open, pop a balloon, bob for apples, or have an egg hunt or whatever shit. Your baby ain't worth, you know what I'm saying? Dog fights and fucking you know what I'm saying? Flyover jet performances and whatever the fuck weird shit y'all bitches be doing. Save that shit for all of the produce on Summer Walker's monthly list that you are going to have to pay for to keep the baby living. You don't need to be spending that shit on pyrotechnic devices, you weird bitches. I'm so tired of gender reveals, gender reveal parties and all of that stuff. It's late. Girl, and y'all be wanting to have a baby shower too. I'm not coming to all of that. Fuck is wrong with y'all? Now, California already has a problem.
Was already
with
burning up.
Dryness and brush fires and all of this shit.
Jesus.
And you decided to go out to a section of it that was described as literally nothing but brown dead grass. And you were like, here's the perfect place to start a fire.
You know, your useless gender reveal party, because it's really just a genital reveal. So let's call it what it is. Your useless party aside, once you decide to bring guns and things that produce fire into it, you're doing entirely too goddamn much. This is not a movie. This is not a movie. You do not need to impress the bitches you went to 7th grade with. Get off Facebook. Who cares, girl?
Exactly.
Now look, you and your whole family embarrassed because you caused like 8% of California to burn down when shit is already awful in California.
I was just about to say, girl, during a pandemic, sis, what are you even... This should have been a Zoom meeting anyway.
Period. Why was there even interactive activities?
Now y'all about to be dead broke before this motherfucker even here because you burnt California down. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? For a gender reveal.
I hope your baby slapped the shit out you.
Like, immediately on arrival. Just thwap your ass right there wherever you give birth to him.
So you niggas brought me into this world under these circumstances. You did that on purpose. Okay.
Because like you said, even if you're like, oh, but how are my cousins supposed to know what to buy down at the Kmart or whatever when they're going to get baby clothes? Like, even whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let's pretend that there are no like unisex clothes or colors or whatever.
You can just buy yellow or white or whatever, any color, because it's a fucking baby.
When I had my baby born at the age of 4, I always envisioned that I would put a very similar skirt on my baby. Like, whatever. Right? Let's say that, like, you just want to have it. Why does it need to be destructive?
Right.
Why does it have to be like a Michael Bay film, nigga? Just pop a balloon or cut open a cupcake. You weird freak.
This isn't Universal Studios. You have no obligation to put on a show.
Last but not least, I just wanted to say,
oh Lord, help us, Jesus.
P-Valley spoilers incoming.
Yes, I was almost Uncle Clifford this week, but I decided to not.
You know, I was almost Uncle Clifford this week, but wow. I also decided to not.
I stand for that nigga.
I just want to say, if you haven't watched the finale of P-Valley yet, you know, I'm not going to go super into detail, but I am going to spoil a bit of it. So, I just want to say, Keyshawn, I am so disappointed in you.
No.
Keyshawn, in the words of a powerful young black woman, Diane Johnson, you broke my heart. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. And I understand that it is a complicated, incredibly emotional set of circumstances that you are in with that white man. But I just want you to understand that you shattered my being when you did that to that black king. All he wanted to do was love you. All he wanted to do was protect you.
Ow, what? I haven't seen it yet. Oh my
Why didn't you tell me you haven't seen it?
I wanted to be slightly spoiled. I can't wait. Oh, nigga, I cannot wait. Oh my God.
I am just...
Wow.
I cannot believe you.
Oh,
I really couldn't. Am I crooked letter I? It's just not even going to sound the same to me anymore.
Oh,
you ruined it.
Oh, no.
I'm so incredibly heartbroken. I cannot believe that you did this to our king. Mine and yours. And you know something else? I was already pissed at Keyshawn because I don't remember if it was the last episode or the one before. But there was an episode where I think it was the last one. She and Diamond were about to kiss. They were outside. And Gidget's babbit ass came out there hollering about her boyfriend or whatever and interrupted it right as they were about to kiss. But she went back in like after a couple seconds and then Keyshawn goes like, I guess I should go ahead and go back into work. And I yelled at the TV like, I hate when you niggas do this shit in film and television. When they're just about to kiss and you've been waiting for it, especially when it's a couple that you've been rooting for, and whatever the fuck happens, it always interrupts them just as their lips are about to meet. And then when that interruption goes away, one or both of them is always like, oh, well, I guess we should go away. Kiss the nigga anyway. You could have still kissed him.
They'd be like, no,
I was already pissed. Yeah, I guess I should go ahead and get back to work. I was already pissed when I found out that her baby father was Caucasian. But this is the journey that you are taking me through, Keyshawn. Seriously?
Ooh-wee.
I am so disappointed. I really am. And I need to know how this is going to rectify itself in season 2. I can't wait for it. And I will say that it still had a satisfying ending. How you know how a lot of shows like end in turmoil, all the cliffhangers are sad, none of your faves win.
Oh yeah.
And like they're like, see you in 3-4 months to ruin your life again. And it's just like I was just about to say Shonda.
Wow.
Like all of show, like
we on the same
Scandal, Shmurda,
Grace,
like a lot of these
all
shows.
that shit.
It's just like, yeah, we're coming back to just ruin your life again. And the moment that it looks like the character that you like is going to have something good happen to them, we're going to snatch it away from them. Like so many shows do that. And I was prepared for them to do that shit with this one too. But it sort of has like a nice chunk of positivity and hope. Loretta Devine is fantastic.
Yes.
The whole cast is really good and stuff like that. But there were a couple of little cliffhangers and notes that were heartbreaking. And that was one of them. And I just...
Oh, man.
You really would have thought that it was the season finale of a Shonda Rhimes show and somebody had been shot and murdered that you really loved. Like, that is the way that I reacted to Keyshawn's decision and the first season finale of Pussy Valley.
I can't. I'm gonna watch it when we get off the phone tonight.
The Pank.
I'm gonna look at it.
The Pank has done a lot for me. It
Yes,
really has.
it has. It has.
I love the Pank with my whole heart. And I just don't know how we're supposed to move forward with the decisions that some of the girls have made. So that man is so fine. He is so fine. And he's black and he's got hands and he has just been putting it all on the line for you beautiful black queen. And Diamond deserves better.
He's got hands.
Yeah, he got hands.
I mean, yes, he does have hands, but
I mean, like hands that when I say he got hands, he has hands that he was willing to use to defend you and your honor more than thrice. And this is what you do for this motherfucking fucking DJ Tanner looking ass bitch.
Oh, God.
I am just
Well, now I have to see it. I have a feeling what happened, but I absolutely have to watch it. Maybe next week we can do like a P Valley segment and just really get into the whole show and have real spoiler warnings and all that. But speaking of DJ Tanner,
what the hell did Candace do this time?
Nothing, as far as I know.
Oh.
But I had to text Amber and be like, I'm sorry, my nigga, that I shot on Fuller House the way that I did. Because there is something about the cheesy, corny awfulness of that show that has really appealed to me over the past couple of weeks. And I have been binge watching the Full House reboot on Netflix. And the thing about it is, I wasn't really wrong. It is awful. It is awful. It's very bad. But if you feel nostalgic about the first rendition of the show, then this will grow on you. It will. The old cast comes back frequently. A lot happens now, and a lot of it is trash and it's clearly written by Republicans. Like, clearly, there are a lot of times where I'm like, just say you voted for Trump and leave me alone. And then this random black baby that Jesse and Becky adopted, keep it. Keep it.
Forgot.
Keep it. That. What the fuck was the point of that?
Didn't they have a little black daughter in the Roseanne reboot too?
Yes. They had the boy. His daughter was black. Like what is
I
this?
honestly feel like they be a week out from shooting these shows. And then like the double doors of the executive like conference room smash open and they're like, we forgot the niggers! Someone call a We don't have a nigger.
Yes.
Like,
it's true.
Yeah.
Pamela, which is the little girl's name, is frequently...
Her name?
I mean, her name is Pam, which, I mean, I have an Aunt Pam, so I'm going to leave it alone.
Of course you do. So do I. We're black.
I was just like, really? A random black baby for Jesse and Becky, whose kids are finally grown and in college? They decided to adopt a black infant, really? But whatever.
So wait, are the twins on the show too?
Barely. They're in like the first episode or so, maybe another one, but nobody cares about the twin. Nobody really cared about Nikki and Alex. Nikki and Alex just came along because Michelle was growing up. So...
Yes, that is so true.
That's exactly what happened with that. So we needed new babies.
Is so fucking true.
So she could do her little catchphrases. You got it, dude, or whatever the fuck.
Right.
That's what that was for. But
Michelle was the GOAT.
I mean, truly. And the fact that she doesn't come back and they keep making references to it throughout the show and like looking directly at the camera, and still Mary-Kate and Ashley was like, y'all can keep that poor shit. We're not doing it.
Mary-Kate and Ashley probably told an agent, if you text me about that show one more time, you're fired. The answer is no.
Literally
don't
talk to me. There's even a part, like there's a scene where one of the girls, like Kimmy Gibbler's daughter, is buying a prom dress or something, and she buys an Elizabeth and James dress, which is the Olsen twins line. It's named after their parents.
Oh.
And so Kimmy Gibbler says...
But the Olsen twins weren't in...
And so Kimmy says, at these prices, no wonder they don't have to act anymore. Just like...
Okay, that's cute.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's stuff like that where you're like, okay, yes, like y'all are continuously like making sure you reference these girls and telling them to come back on set, and they keep saying, keep it. We're rich for real, and we don't need it.
I bet you they ain't called Journey Smollett.
Listen, Journey said, I'm not appearing. I've not seen her, but they have brought back a lot of people from the original show. Gia is in it a lot.
Oh, that's cute.
Stephanie's friend, the one who had her smoking cigarettes.
I absolutely remember Gia's badass.
Yeah, Gia's still bad.
And she was bad in everything they cast her in at that age. I feel like this was just a meme. Like every single role that young lady had around that age, she was like making some other Bible school child smoke weed and cigarettes.
Yes.
And like go have like sex or whatever. Like she was always a bad girl.
And Jodie Sweetin clearly got breast implants, but they cover up her titties all the time so that she never has cleavage. But she has the biggest titties of all time. It's just something I noticed. But I have to apologize to everybody who I made fun of for liking this show or finding some kind of comfort in it, because now I finally understand. It is still bad, but I understand why y'all fuck with it.
I can understand that. I just feel like I already have such a backlog of things that I want to watch that are probably good.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I would watch Fuller House. And honestly, I feel like I'd rather binge watch, House of Pain or Bruh.
Oh, no, definitely not House of Pain. But I have been watching. I tried to watch Moesha, but she got on my nerves even worse than she did when I was a kid.
You know something? I'm the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, I know she still gets on my nerves. But like... I don't find her as like despicable and annoying as I used to, because I feel like the purpose, she was very clearly intentionally written to be like annoying and like nosy and doing the much. But I felt like there was a purpose for her being imperfect and like making mistakes and doing kind of fucked up selfish shit. Like I feel like they wanted to sort of paint the picture that this young woman was like, like she wasn't perfect and like she kind of needed a reality check sometimes, whether it was from her friends or her family or whatever, to do better, because she always got read. Niecy read her, Kim read her, Hakeem read her, D read her, Miles read her. So like the episode where Joe Marie Payton, Hakeem's mama, came over to the house, you saw her like twice in the series.
Right.
And I feel like one of those times she came up to the house and basically told Moesha, if I hear your name again, I'm coming over here to fight you. Stop talking about my son. Don't worry about what our bills are looking like. I'm fine. Like,
Yeah.
and I just felt like for me, sometimes watching it again, it was like, I feel like the purpose of this was to show a Black girl that isn't perfect, but like has the resources or like the surroundings to sort of do better or learn to do better and shit like that. Because it was no way that they weren't writing her like with the intention of her being fucked up. Because they're just like,
they definitely were.
That first episode where like Hakeem like owed people money and he was like borrowing money from his friends and stuff because they needed, you know, the lights had been off and like, and it was like so blatantly clear that they were struggling with money in Hakeem's house. And she had to go over to the house and see a whole bunch of Glade candles and shit around because them niggas didn't have electricity. and she was still like,
what's going on, Hakeem?
Why won't you turn the lights on? Bitch, because they cut the fucking lights off, ho. What the fuck are you missing?
You really had to spoon feed it to Moesha, and that's like why I just can't with her.
I know that when I was younger and even a teen and I was watching Moesha reruns, I was like, God damn, this girl's fucking stupid anymore. Like, she's so fucking aggravating. Like, why is the show about her? And I really think they were just trying to show an imperfect Black girl who needed the world to wake her ass up.
Yeah,
sometimes.
And it just worked a little too well because even to this day, I have to take Moesha in small doses, but I have been enjoying Sister Sister, which is also on Netflix now.
So good.
Oh my God.
Jackée Harry has done so much for entertainment.
A legend. A legend, nigga.
Great cast.
Yes.
But let's be like, Jackée Harry really took the comedy of that fucking sitcom to a whole other level. And it was just like what I said about Countess Vaughn and other like people. Like, you weren't going to be like, say it like this. Like, I highly doubt that anybody directed that woman on how to make lines funny. She funny. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely, Sister Sister is another one. And I'm so happy that, you know, these Black sitcoms are having, you know, new life breathed into them via Netflix and stuff like that. I believe Girlfriends is next. The Parkers too.
Oh yeah,
half and half and one-on-one.
I think The Game is back already, or maybe it's coming back.
Yeah, the game hit in like 2 or 3, not too long ago. Yeah, so
yeah,
a lot of great Black stuff to watch on TV.
True. It's interesting that Jackée and Countess, both of their characters were like talked about in like lots of jokes, like they were just so fat or like uncontrollable or whatever, and they carried them ghetto, fucking shows, right? Lisa was always too much and too ghetto and too big and too this, and meanwhile we are tuning in to see what Lisa and Kim have to say about what's going on in the world. Like, we're watching it for these people.
It definitely gives me like when white producers, directors, executives weren't like checked for calling the actor sassy,
right?
You know, it was like when they just do it a little sassier.
Give us some of that Jackée magic.
Yeah, just if you get like a little urban, you know, just like a little bit. But I'm sure like a lot of them had no problem saying that kind of stuff, but they're just funny. Like, they made those roles and those lines, a lot of them, so fucking unforgettable. So, but you're right. They were the reason that a lot of us kept coming back, because them lines, like, there was one thing that I don't even think it was like a catchphrase, but Lisa used to always be like, "Who you telling?" And that shit used to make me laugh every time she said it.
Because the way she said it. Who you telling?
Because the way she said it. That was so fucking funny. Oh, man. But
true. Yeah. Damn.
Enjoy Sister Sister, girls. Like I said, I have the box set because I don't, you know.
Of course you do.
I'm an independent bitch that don't need no streams.
I just feel validated every time I watch, because I'm like, I was the only bitch who preferred Tia over Tamara, and look at how I won.
How did you win?
Just look at how I won. I won. In the grand scheme of things, I did. Think about Tia,
you didn't win.
And think about Tamara, and then think about how I won.
Tia and Tamara, the characters on Sister Sister?
No, I'm taking it as a win. No, I'm taking it regardless.
I disagree. Because I was definitely
all
Tamara
the bad
high.
Kids love Tamara.
And I loved Jordan. Tamara and her boyfriend were so fun and like funny. Meanwhile, Tia and what was her boyfriend's name? Tyreek.
Yeah, Tyreek.
Always opining about bills or the civil rights movement.
Look at that. Look at being responsible. Look at niggas actually giving a shit about what's going on in the world, taking care of themselves. No, I was vindicated. I'm not mad.
Do you remember that episode where Tamara went to sleep and they all like played like historical black figures?
No. Oh God, I'm gonna pull that up.
Like she had a dream. I don't remember why she had a dream.
Lord.
But she had like this dream where like all of the characters were playing like Madam C.J. Walker.
Oh God.
It was so cheesy, but it reminds you of like that 90s sitcom cheese where they were like super intentional with those special episodes.
Oh, wait, the fact that the episode is called I Have a Dream.
Why didn't I guess that? I should have just said that. Because when I said she had a dream, I literally thought of Martin Luther King. I should have known. But yes, that episode is so corny.
Yeah, I mean, because the premise is Tamara doesn't want to finish high school. Again, not a Tia thing at all. Just not.
You know what?
At all.
You are so right. I feel like it was like everybody was getting ready for college and she was like, I don't give a fuck about college. I'm going to home for the rest of my life. Like,
yeah.
And she had a dream about all of these historical black pioneers and shit like that. And she was like, maybe I should care about my GPA. Tamara was great.
And yet, when it came right down to it, Tia won. So I'm just going to take that.
Whatever.
Thank you so much. And now we are very much off topic. So I don't even remember what we was talking about, but that wraps up this week's episode of The Read. Check us out on social media at This Is The Read. Our website is thisistheread.com. Oh, and friend, I wanted to say, you put me onto that video game Spiritfarer.
It's so good.
I have not played anything else since you told me about it. Like, I'm obsessed. You know how I am when I just really love a game and I am completely in it. It's like if therapy and mindfulness and wellness and awareness around death and all that, it's like all of that in video game format, but also
so
still
good.
fun. Like, I really love it. It is so fun. So
it's very sweet. The animation of it is really nice. And you literally, a gameplay feature is hugging.
yes.
Like you can literally hug your animal friends / spirits or whatever. And I was like, oh, sign me up. It's nice and lengthy. You have loads of stuff to do. And if you like the sort of like community management-ness of Animal Crossing where you're like harvesting and you have to take care of people and stuff like that, it's got a ton of that. It's so good. And it's like I think it's kind of an indie game and it's like had a little low-key release, but it's one of my favorite games that's come out this year so far, and it's pretty new still. So
yeah, it's incredible. So if you're looking for something new to play, highly recommend a Spiritfarer. They're also like, you can try to hug somebody and they can be like, not in the mood.
Yes.
And
they'll literally be like, I'm fine.
And there are a couple of spirits who you hug them and then their mood is worse because they did not want you to touch them. And I was just like, wow.
There's one, I don't know if you've gotten to is it like a bull or buffalo and a hummingbird?
Oh yeah, Mickey.
Yeah.
And his brother.
Them too. They're like gangsters or whatever. Like they have that sort of like gangster sort of tone or whatever to everything how they speak. But like the first time I hugged him, he was like, all right, don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Go.
They are very fucking picky. The fact that
it's really good.
They don't eat crayfish. He don't want to eat nothing that was made with just one ingredient. He loves pub food, fried. Anyway, check out Spiritfarer.
One of the characters is really likes exotic food and acquired taste.
Yes.
And I made like some exotic meal to give to him.
Bougie bird.
Yes. And he was like, I won't eat anything fried. I was like, bitch.
Because you fucking tried him. One of the lions don't eat carbs.
Yes. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really fun. I'm weaving wool linen, as we speak. Yeah. But thank you for putting me onto that game because I love it. So, all right. Anything from you before we finally, Jesus Christ, we are well over 2 hours.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a happy meal this week. I'm going to end with a moral of the story instead. That might be something that I do from here on out. And this week's moral of the story is big dick energy and good dick energy are two different things.
Oh, wait.
Learn the difference. More at 11. All right.
And on that note, we will see you niggas next week.